the stream on kgso.com, or the app SC Wichita. However, whenever, whatever, wherever, we want you to be a part of the show at 316-522-1410. With the flyover to go with it. How about that? So there we go. James, the United States advances. This is what, only the second time in how long?
It's the second time ever they've made it this far, to the round of 16. Now, we got to keep in mind that normally, with the exception of this World Cup, the elimination stages would be at 16 because they'd start with 32.
Right.
So this is the first time that the U.S. has won a game to go to the round of 16. Because the first time they would advance in the group and then they lose in the first elimination game.
Wow.
In the round of 16.
Wow.
So this is officially the best that the United States has ever done in a World Cup. Which I can't believe those words are even coming out of my mouth right now. And it's the same can be said for Mexico. This is the best that they've ever played in a World Cup. So, I mean, there really isn't outside of France, I think, and then you can throw in Argentina with those. Those are the top two by far favorites. And then there's a whole bunch of teams that are in that second tier right now. And dare I say, maybe the United States belongs in that tier too.
Okay. Well, 2-0 victory, or 2-0. This is a term in soccer, sorry. Impressive, not impressive, expected, kind of.
The first half was a little unexpected. The formation that they came out with, I didn't agree with. They came out with a 5-back formation.
Who was this?
United States.
Okay.
5 defensive backs. And that's playing really defensive. And so I think their goal was to just try and get their left and right outside backs up the field to help on attacks. That way you had 7 guys on the attack rather than 6. And it was backfiring on them a little bit because Bosnia did have a good amount of possession in the United States' side of the field the first half. The second half was completely different. But that first half, I was a little worried that maybe Bosnia wasn't going to be able to sneak one in. And the USA had a couple of chances, nothing to write home about in the first half. First half was very even.
Right.
Then they get that goal in the second half. The first one, well, I guess it was in the first half, 45 plus 1.
Right.
But I'm talking about, okay, the beginning of the second half is when the United States really did start to take off. And then they got that red card, Phil, in the 64th minute.
Right.
Very controversial. We'll get to that here in a second. But when a team goes down a man, usually the team that has the advantage with the extra guy controls the game. That didn't happen. That to me was the biggest tactical change because they had the hydration break soon after that card. And so that's when they made more adjustments. And the fact that they were still able to be high press, have the ball on Bosnia's side of the field for more than 50% of the time in that second half, it really didn't seem like they were down a guy. It didn't seem that way because there seemed to be always someone open, there was always someone to pass to, and there was always someone making runs. It didn't look like the United States was a man down at all. And so that's what impressed me the most is they didn't back down, they didn't get complacent, and they didn't get too defensive and just trying to playing not to lose.
Right.
They did not do that, and that's what stood out to me the most is because most times if the United States has a lead late in the game throughout history, they get really defensive and they just do everything they can to not give up a goal, not go out and get another one. So that's been kind of the biggest difference in this tournament for me. For this United States team is they're not complacent with the lead. They always want to try and get more. And that's a beautiful trait to have for a team.
Is that coaching?
100%. 100%
Because
coaching.
this is a new coach.
Yeah.
From the last World Cup, correct?
Correct.
Okay. See, folks, I'm asking questions. I'm learning to go along with this. Let's get to the red card because Balogun, who scored the first goal right at the end of the first half to give the United States a 1-0 lead, picks up a red card. Now, I saw the play. It was... I don't think anything was intentional, but, oh my gosh, he about broke the guy's ankle. And so the question becomes... I understand there's no appeal process.
They can.
But they can appeal.
They can. So I was watching, they mentioned this, I think, briefly after the game when they had their rules analyst come on.
Right.
And he said that the United States could appeal this decision, but the FIFA team that overviews all of these, infractions, the cards, all this stuff, they can actually review it and determine if he should miss more than one game.
Aha.
So whether they wanted to appeal it or not, they're going to do that regardless. But I think it becomes even more so that there's a bigger chance that they can upgrade it if they do appeal it, because they gotta watch it and determine whether or not the appeal is going to stand up right or not. So I'm going to sit here and say that intent does not matter. It doesn't matter whether you are trying to take the guy out or not. They care about, did you take the guy out or not? And yeah, he could have broken his ankle. And depending on how severe it would have been, his career could have been over. And people don't realize how serious that this play was. Like, this wasn't, and I understand, accidental. He didn't, there was no malicious intent behind it. The referee doesn't care if the guy's intending to hurt the other guy or not. So I know that a lot of American fans were split on this and saying, well, we've had other instances in this World Cup where players have done this and they haven't gotten a card. I had to ask my dad this because he's big into reffing.
Right.
And he said he understood the decision that was made, but he didn't. It could have been prevented had the referee had more control of the emotions of the game prior to that, because things were getting chirpy in that second half.
Right.
Down 1-0, especially towards the end of the first half, things were getting physical. Guys were hitting each other. Guys were, bodies up against each other. I mean, it was physical. And so the referee, I even made a note to myself right before the halftime whistle ended. I said, this referee's got to call it. I mean, guys they're losing their mind right now. They're losing control of their focus, and the referee's losing this game. He's losing control.
Where was the referee from?
Oh, I don't know. Phil,
is that on here?
Nah, I don't know. It doesn't matter where a referee's from.
You sure?
In my opinion, yeah. Referees they're supposed to follow rules too.
No, I understand, but you wonder. Okay, just like in any other sport, you have referees or umpires or officials or whatever you want to do whose judgment is different from the next guy. And you kind of wonder, umpires get labels, so do basketball officials. There's crews in the NFL that, and I'm sure it's the same in college because you know who these people are that work in your league, of what you can and cannot get away with in different things. I'm just wondering if that's the way some of this is in soccer.
Not every referee is obviously the same. Some referees are going to be a little bit more happy with the whistle, and some are going to swallow it a little bit more. I mean, that's just kind of the reality of the human part of sports. Now, I remember when I was growing up and playing soccer, we got to the point where we were familiar with the referees, and so we kind of just knew, all right, this guy doesn't like this, or okay, this guy, he doesn't call these things as often. And so I'm sure some of these players on the national stage obviously are familiar with some of these refs, but there's so many refs. I don't think there's too many teams, I think, for a ref to kind of manipulate a game in any way, right? I mean, there's too many moving parts, in my opinion, and I think that the positive thing about soccer referees is we we don't ever get to know their names. And I think it's because there's not as much controversy with soccer refs as there are in other sports.
Right.
Because now that we have the VAR, and the other thing about this VAR or the red card is VAR did check it. Like they made sure that it was the right call, and then it backed it up and said it was the right call. And so that changes the process as well in terms of the appeal. If it wasn't a VAR check, I think the process would have been a little bit different in favor of the United States. But because it was a VAR, there's not really a whole lot that you can do with that.
Okay. He's out for the next game, correct?
Correct.
Now, they don't have to play a man short.
No.
Okay. Now, that hurts them offensively, which is, am I right in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's my next question. By the way, 522-1410, if you want to ask questions of James about soccer, because I know nothing. This is why I ask questions. And truthfully, James, if you weren't here, I'm not sure World Cup would have gotten as much attention on In the Zone. But if Messi or Ronaldo would have been
the guy getting
the penalty, no, Mulligan.
Okay.
If they would have committed the same foul, do they get a red card?
Probably not. Probably not.
That's see. So that tells me that that's kind of like what happens in other sports.
I mean, all superstars get a little bit of special treatment.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
we all know this.
You have something that I've never said it's intentional, and I saw the play on the replays in a couple of 3 different angles.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was not doing anything intentionally.
No,
but.
Phil, if I'm running though, and I have a closed fist and I'm running and I accidentally clock someone in the face in my running motion, now that might be, they would have to look to see how that person got into that position. There's a whole process. There's nothing that is black and white in fouls for soccer. They always have to look at everything. So it sucks. It does suck not having Balogun for the next game against Belgium, because we desperately need him for that game. But next man up. And you can't let this affect you emotionally, right? Because your next game's in 3 days, 4 days. You don't have time to sit around and dwell on this too much. I mean, you got to make sure that you can implement the next guy into your lineup and make sure there's not that much of a drop off.
Yeah, Belgium. On July 6th. That's
Waffles.
Monday.
We can call them the Waffles, Phil.
The Waffles?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll call them the Waffles.
Sure, why not?
They're now up against us. They are now our opponent. So we can maybe slander them a little bit. But Belgian waffles are good, so it's not really an insult.
No, that's true. Especially with whipped cream. Seattle is the location for this next game. July 6th, 7 o'clock. USA and Belgium. What do you think the odds will be in this game?
We'll be an underdog. We won't be favored, because yesterday's win over Bosnia was the first time that the United States has ever beaten a European team in the World Cup.
Oh, wow.
First time. They were winless.
Okay.
So let's just add more to, this is the greatest World Cup run we've ever seen. That's just a little cherry on top. Now, Belgium is a familiar foe, Phil. This is the team that we played back in 2016, I want to say it was. No, 2018. No, 2014. That's right. When Tim Howard had he had 15 saves, I believe, in that game. There's actually still, I think there's a couple of players on that Belgian team that are still there. I know Courtois, the keeper. I know he's still there. Their striker, Lukaku, he's been there for the last 10 years. So, I mean, they've had a couple of seasoned guys, and I know they haven't quite played up to their potential up until this point in the tournament. They've been a little bit underwhelming, but Phil, we got to talk about these 2 other games, because my goodness, I couldn't believe my eyes in either of these games.
I'm going to get to that here in just a moment. USA and Belgium on July 6th. If the USA were to advance in this game, the possible round of 8
Quarters.
could be against your Spaniards. All right, so who do you root for then? You picked Spain to win. Who do you root for then?
For the game, for the battle, I'll take the USA. And if they lose the battle, that's fine.
Because your Spaniards.
Because my Spain will still win the war. Yep.
Okay, all right. Back to the scoreboard we go. 2 other games yesterday. England, who got hoodwinked early by the Congo line. The Democratic Republic of Congo fell behind 1-0 in the first 7 minutes in, and then got 2 goals in basically the second half of the second half. England wins 2-1, and then Belgium, who was USA's next opponent, beat Senegal 3-2 on penalty kicks? Or is that
no?
No, that was extra time and overtime.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Okay. Did they win on a penalty kick?
They did. There was a foul
because of foul inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Well, I'm going to touch on the first one first. England was dead in the water. They were 15 minutes away from being eliminated. And then I can't remember exactly when England made a substitution, but they brought in this gentleman named Anthony Gordon. I don't know where he plays. I'm not sure what club. I don't know much about him. But he comes into the game, and he completely changes the pace of the game. He's an attacking midfielder, and he comes in, and he immediately makes an impact. He's making passes in the middle of the field. He's finding open guys, and he's fresh, so he's a little bit faster than everybody else.
Right.
He's not as fatigued yet. He had an assist to Harry Kane in the 75th minute, which tied the game. And in a blink of an eye, 10 minutes later, on another attack, he did the same exact thing. He was able to split defenders, able to dribble the ball into the goal box, and then he was able to find a wide-open Harry Kane who just did a little one-tap into the back of the net. One substitution made all the difference for England. And now that guy, he's immortalized. He's immortalized over there in England because he only played, they don't even have their minutes on here, but he didn't play 30 minutes in this game.
Right.
He played maybe 20, 25 minutes, and he was the man of the – I mean, he's not the man of the match, but – you could argue and say he's the reason why England came back and won this game, and he didn't even score any of the goals.
Right.
So all it takes is sometimes a little tactical change, right? You bring in a player who maybe plays a little bit differently than the guy that you are taking him out for. He's fresher. He's going to be faster. He's going to be, first to the ball. So sometimes it just takes one little. Oh, okay, it says right here, 61st minute he came in. So he did play a little over 30 minutes if you include extra time as well.
Okay.
And he made the biggest impact of them all. But England was dead in the water. I was full on expecting Congo to be able to hold on to this as they continued to park the bus for the rest of the game, play not to lose. But that's what a team like the Congo has to do because they don't have the skill to keep, pressing even like the United States does. They have the skill to press you all game, and they'll eventually get one in. The Congo doesn't.
Congo went into the prevent the win defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
park the bus.
That's what it's called. That's a soccer term. Park the bus.
Why don't you just put all 11 guys in front of the goal?
Well, then you would never have any attacks from them.
Yeah, but couldn't 11 guys plus the goalie stand in front of the goal and maybe keep it from going in?
I mean, they do that. They do that on free kicks.
Yeah.
Like the Senegal free kick towards the end of the game.
I saw that too.
Yeah, I think it was a yard outside of the box, and they had about 5 or 6 dudes standing. And I want to say there was a guy laying down behind those guys because those guys will jump, And some kickers will just kick it right underneath their feet. So they'll have someone just lay down right there to prevent that from happening. But I have seen times where they will put defenders on the line with them. But then it leaves that little corner above you, right? So it's not the most, you got to be able to jump. It's not the most effective to do that, but I have seen scenarios where that is the case.
Okay.
But
England advances 2-1 over Congo. And the second game of the day was Belgium over Senegal, 3-2.
You could argue that one was even better in terms of a comeback.
It was 2-0.
Yeah.
And Belgium scores in the 86th minute, the 89th minute, and then 5 minutes into the extra overtime period on a penalty kick. I didn't see any highlights for this one.
Just a total meltdown. Meltdown from Senegal. I mean, you're up 2-0 with 5 minutes left in the game until he calls stoppage time. That's a coaching meltdown, right? That's not moving your guys into the right place to make sure that you don't blow a 2-goal lead. That was inexcusable. Senegal is going to be thinking about this for a long time because, African nations don't typically do as well in the World Cup either. I mean, Morocco made a semifinals, and that was the first time an African nation had made it that far. So while they do have the talent over there in Africa, they don't quite have the technical skills. They just have a bunch of athletes. They have a bunch of dudes that are fast, a bunch of guys that are physical, and that throws off preppy teams like Belgium. Belgium's very sound. Oh, don't run into me. A lot of Europe is like that, though. Like, oh, don't.
That's how they play basketball.
Don't touch me. Don't run into me. Wait till I pass the ball. And Africa's like, ball, give it to me. So it's a little bit of a different scheme. So that's why we'll see these teams struggle against talent that's not as good as them because they play differently, and it throws them off because they're so used to playing against opponents that play similar to them. When they go up against a team who doesn't play with the same kind of pace and style, it throws them off.
Softness.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Phil, just even club soccer in Africa. Oh man, there's at least a fight every other game.
Okay.
I mean, they don't mess around out there. They take it very seriously.
Okay, so we get the Belgian Waffles on July 6th at 7 o'clock in Seattle. Today, your pick, Spain. You'll get to see some of this game.
Yeah.
They take on Austria at SoFi Stadium, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Portugal and Croatia play in Toronto at 6 o'clock today.
That'll be the best game of the day.
And Switzerland and Algeria are in Vancouver, Canada, 10 o'clock tonight for that one. So I'll get to see the end of that one when I get home from my game today. So, all right. Wow. 25 minutes of World Cup talk right here on In the Zone.
I can't believe we had those two comebacks yesterday. I mean, this is what soccer is all about. This is truly, I mean, American fans are like, we need more action. We need more. You got it yesterday. How many goals after the 85th minute? 1, 2, 3, 4 goals yesterday after the 85th minute. This is what soccer's about. Getting these late goals, changing fixtures, changing results. This is what we live for.
Okay.
And you didn't get a shortage of goals yesterday either, guys. 3, 5, and 2. All right, so don't complain.
Well, only one game was on the under. And that was the United States.
That was the one that I picked the over on.
Yeah, way to go, James. Ruined it for everybody.
Hey, maybe if they didn't
that?
get a red card, they might have gotten a third one in there.
Nah, you're probably right. All right, we'll take a break here on In the Zone. 522-1410 is the phone number. What conversation comes up next here on In the Zone?
This portion of In the Zone is brought to you by Kansas One Call. Call Kansas One Call at 811 before you dig.
Get in the zone, on KGSO.
This is Stu Gatz and Company live.
The audience wants this.
You're listening to Stu Gatz and Company live.
Every game felt like you had a comeback, right?
Yes.
Every game you felt like the underdog at the start and then through the first quarter, and then you came back anyway. That's got to make it feel like doubly amazing if you're a true Knicks fan like yourself, Stu.
Yeah, I'm not certain the Spurs shouldn't have won the series in 4.
Stu Gatz and Company live is right here.
Weekdays at 2 p.m. on KGSO and on the SC Wichita app.
Go Hog Wild, Pit Barbecue. Hog Wild, get some for you.
Hog Wild Pit Barbecue will be open from 11 until 8 on the 4th of July, serving up our award-winning barbecue. Celebrate your Independence Day with a break from the hot grill. Stop by and pick up some of Hog Wild's slow-smoked ribs, pulled pork, beef brisket, or sizzling hot links. Hog Wild family packs make traveling to the lake, ball games, or backyard picnics easy. They're value-priced and come loaded with your choice of meats and sides, complete with buns and our famous Hog Wild sauce. Hog Wild is a smoking good idea for the 4th of July. Hog Wild is open at 11 on the 4th, so stop by or order online at gohogwild.com. 6 locations in Wichita, also in Derby, El Dorado, Hutchinson, and Salina.
Go Hog Wild, Pit Barbecue. Hog Wild, get some for you. But don't be late, we close at 8.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
We love to celebrate the 4th of July with friends, family, food, and fireworks. Please be safe this Independence Day weekend and don't drink and drive. From your friends at KGSO Sports Radio and Phil and Jaimes Injury Lawyers.
A lot of homes built in the 90s still have their original siding and windows. If this is you, then call Burwell Construction at 316-794-3430. New siding and windows can make your house more energy efficient. Burwell Construction has been a trusted name for thousands of homeowners. Call them today, 316-794-3430, and let Burwell Construction give you a free estimate on windows and siding. And Burwell Construction will take care of all your guttering needs. Find them online at burwellconstruction.com.
If it's built well, it's Burwell. Burwell Construction.
KGSO Studio presented by Seven Clans Casino, Hotel and Resort. It pays to cross the line. Your home for the Aftershocks is right here on Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Welcome back. You are in the zone on this Thursday, the second day of July. We talked a little bit about this yesterday, being Bobby Bonilla Day, where Major League players who are no longer active are getting paid still. Well, I just decided to look up to see... there are current players that have contracts that are going to pay them beyond retirement when they're after they retire. Just some to mention, Shohei Ohtani. I think everybody knows that one. He's getting $680 million in deferred money. That's crazy. Rafael Devers of the Red Sox and the Giants is set up to be paid continuous amount of money from 2034 to 2043. Mookie Betts, same deal, kind of like Shohei. Put money out. Freddie Freeman, from 2028 to 2040, He'll get $4 million every year. Nolan Arenado is another one from his old Rockies contract. Blake Snell has $66 million that was deferred and is payable through 2046. Tommy Edman of the Dodgers. He'll be owed $25 million later down the road. Chris Sale. He's getting paid later on by the Red Sox, even though he's no longer there. Francisco Lindor of the Mets. His contract will pay him $5 million a year from 2032 to 2041. And Edwin Diaz, the closer who came to the Dodgers, who's hurt, he'll get paid from 2033 to 2042. Bonilla gets $1.19 million every July 1st until 2035, and he's getting $500,000 from the Orioles. Now, I don't know if it'd been better to have the money up front and invested it, but either way, sometimes investments don't pan out. Good grief. It's just it's amazing the amount of money players are getting, not only today, but from in the past and where they've put this money forward at this point. So, Chris Davis, former Oriole, who had a few outstanding years and then all of a sudden just went kaput. He retired in 2021. Davis right now is earning more money as a retired player than anybody currently on the Orioles roster. Oh, boy. He signed a 7-year, $161 million extension in 2016, of which he couldn't even complete the contract. Gets $5.6 million in retained salary and $9.2 million in deferred compensation, and gets another $56 million through 2037. Wow. Smart, I guess, by the player. Maybe even smarter by the agent that set it up. James and I will probably get to this a little bit later in the show today, but there was a huge trade in the NBA yesterday involving Jaylen Brown of the Celtics, who everybody kept saying it's going to be traded, going to be traded, going to be traded. He got traded to the Sixers, somebody in your own division, in your own conference. Now, I don't want to get into it by myself, but I think James and I will probably talk about it in the second hour. Sometimes I don't understand the NBA and their trades and what they do. Happy for Reeves of the Lakers. Biggest contract ever by a non-drafted free agent. 4 years, I think $126 million. Huh. Good for him. I wonder if Wichita State will ever see any of that money. You know, because he finished at Oklahoma. But I don't know whether we will or won't. I think Kevin Saul's got to try as you look forward with it. And one other little tidbit of information, I guess, that has been bantered about. Oh, and don't forget, it's best of tomorrow. Tomorrow is our holiday since the 4th falls on a Saturday. So you will be without me tomorrow, except on a replay. Hopefully you can live with that. Travis Kelce in the news, not for football. He and Taylor Swift will have a wedding at Madison Square Garden tomorrow. The festivities will kick off with a small rehearsal dinner planned for Thursday night. And nobody could talk about it other than it's going to happen on Friday. So does she become, wait a minute, trying to figure this out. Does she become Taylor Swift Kelce? Does she take his last name? Does he become Travis Kelce Swift? Maybe he should put that in the back of his jersey. Imagine that. Or just go with, maybe just becomes Travis Swift. Put that on the back of his jersey. How much of that would be selling? It's like wildfire. You couldn't keep Swift jerseys on the sales rack all across the world. Not just in Kansas City or in the United States. It'd be across the world. That might be of interest. Anyway, glad they're getting this done before football starts. Apparently there's been crews unloading equipment. Anyway, nobody is saying anything. All the information that anybody could get was from Zohran Mamdani, the mayor of New York City, that a permit had been filed for a large event at Madison Square Garden. Swifties, here they come. They're going to be descending upon New York City. Next. All right. Take a break. James and I will come back because it's time next for the Diamond Highlight Zone. Stay with us.
This portion of In the Zone is brought to you by Kansas One Call. Call Kansas One Call at 811 before you dig.
Get in the zone, get in the zone on KGSO.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
The ups, the downs. We love you, then we hate you. We might hate you for a while even. And I say that to say, to me, that's where I think Wemby's starting to fall. I think we've gone from now where It's the Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader.
This is The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Evenings on KGSO. And find KGSO on the SC Wichita app.
Taco Tico, Taco Tico. It's all about the taste.
Right now, at one of the 7 area Taco Tico locations, you can get the 10-pack of tasty Taco Tico tacos for just $10.99.
It's all about the taste.
Filled with the specially seasoned taco meat and stuffed with lettuce, tomato, cheese, your choice of sauce, all in a freshly made corn shell. Sounds good, right? It's a 10-pack of tacos for just $10.99.
Tico, Taco Tico. It's all about the taste.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Celebrate America's 250th anniversary in a big way at Tent City. One huge tent full of the best selection of fireworks in the area. Tent City has everything your family needs for those big parties, including exclusive patriotic 250th anniversary fireworks all under one huge tent. Everything from the little fireworks for the kiddos to the bad boy blow it up big stuff. The area's biggest selection and best variety at the lowest prices. Celebrate America like never before at Tent City, 159th Street in Kellogg in Andover.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013. 800-444-2013 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
20 years old and still going strong. This is Wichita's home for sports talk. KGSO.
The sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow, and so am I. Workday passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July. Getting paid by the hour and older by the minute.
I gotta let Alan sing for a minute, James.
I'd like to call him something. I think I'll just call it a day.
Because remember,
pour me something tall and strong. Make it a hurricane
before I go insane.
It's only 12:30, but
I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, that's right. But it's now time for the Diamond Highlight Zone. James and I recap yesterday's games in Major League Baseball. Wasn't a full slate yesterday, but more than enough games to go around.
Some teams had the day off on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was not a full slate yesterday. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It felt like a Thursday yesterday to me.
It's because today feels like a Friday, Phil.
Yeah, I know. All right, you go, James.
All right. There is a team that didn't show up yesterday. The Dodgers losing to my A's 7-1. Jay-Z had pointed something out to me about the Dodgers.
Yep.
And I didn't know this. Ohtani had pitched in 7 straight Wednesdays until yesterday. I thought that was very interesting. And I was like, Ohtani doesn't need to get thrown out there against a AAA team. Anyway, we beat him 7-1. JT Ginn, 6 innings, 4 Ks, 3 hits, an earned run. He had 5 walks. Didn't matter. He goes to 7-4 on the year. The pitcher that they threw in instead of Ohtani, this guy's name is Charlie Barnes. He just got called up, and then they threw him in there for 7 innings.
Then they probably sent him back down.
Two strikeouts. He gave up 12 hits, 7 earned, a walk. His first loss of the year. Freddie Freeman had the only run in this game on a solo home run. Jonah Heim hit a solo home run. Lane Galeers hit a solo home run. And Alika Williams hit a solo home run in this game. 5 A's players had 2+ hits, and the A's avoid the sweep.
I'm going to start with the Royals because you stink. I don't even know if I want to go to the game on Sunday against the Phillies.
They better be paying you to go.
They should be. It's a good thing I'm not paying for tickets or parking. Tampa Bay 4. The Royals 0. Guys, Lane Thomas leading off again. Good God almighty. 212 is your leadoff hitter. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. 2 hits for Caglione. Good to see that. Off a left-hander, I might add. And then Bobby Witt got... there's nothing worth talking about the Royals. All you could say is that for 6 innings, Shane McClanahan, left-handed starter, who didn't fare well in Tampa Bay against the Royals the previous time, obviously fixed something. 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 4 Ks. Tampa Bay got another home run from Caminero. I believe that's the 6th straight game.
He becomes the youngest player in the modern era to homer in 6 straight games.
Yeah. 24 on the season for him. Tampa Bay 4, Kansas City. Now,
you let the USA outscore you guys?
That's embarrassing.
Number 4, Tigers over the Yankees 6-2. The Tigers were up 2-0 entering the bottom of the 9th. And then Ahmed Rosario had a solo home run. And then there was a wild pitch in the bottom of the 9th inning that brought in the tying run.
Ouch.
And then nothing in the 10th inning. Go to the top of the 11th. The Tigers then get a bases-loaded walk. And then this is when the fun happened. Zach McKinstry hit a single and was only probably going to bring in 1. And then there was a throwing error that brought in all 3 runs. So it was a single. It was a bases-clearing single with an advance to third, I think is how it officially got scored. The Yankees had 12. They struck out 12 times in this game, and they've lost 7 in a row.
I know. Not good. Philadelphia beat the Pirates and Paul Skeens yesterday 10-6. They scored 5 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. All these off Paul Skeens.
Something's up with them.
4 innings, 6 hits. He must have made an error behind him.
Is this, do you think this could potentially be his tryout to get traded?
Maybe. I don't know, but he was not good.
He hasn't been good.
And Zach Wheeler wasn't a whole lot better. 4 2/3, 9 hits, 4 runs. But he did strike out 10 of the 14 outs that he got. But Turner hit his 10th home run for the Phillies. He's 2 for 5, drove in 3. Harper drove in 2. Brandon Marsh, 2 more hits. 2 RBIs for Alec Boehm. He's not having a great year, but maybe he'll rebound here in the second half. But the Phillies just laid the wood to the Pirates and Paul Skeens. 10-6 yesterday.
Number 3, this team doesn't make this list very often, but the Rockies. They win yesterday 6-3 over the Marlins. Kyle Freeland, 5 innings, 7 Ks, 6 hits, 2 earned, a walk, and the W. He gets his 2nd win of the year. Max Meyer suffers his first loss of the year after throwing for 6, 5 Ks, 6 hits, 5 runs. He gave up 5 runs, but only 1 was earned, and he falls to 9-1 on the year. 6 scoring plays overall in this game, Phil. 4 of them home runs, 2 of them triples.
Okay.
Liam Hicks was the only Marlins player with 2+ hits, and Mickey Moniak was 3 for 4. He had 3 RBIs, including a home run and a triple as well.
All right. Atlanta beats St. Louis 5-1. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th to break the game open for the Bravos. Not even with a home run. How about that? Doing it. But 5 Braves pitchers held St. Louis to just 2 hits. Struck out 11 of the Cardinals with this. And nothing big offensively. Ozzie Albies hit his 13th home run. It was a solo shot. But he did drive in 2 runs. Only 6 hits for the Braves, but they win 5-1.
Number 2, the Giants beat the Diamondbacks 6-4. The final score was probably a little bit closer than what this game actually was. Trevor McDonald, 6 innings, 5 Ks, a hit, and the win. He goes to 3-6. Zach Gallen's been struggling this year. 5 2/3, 4 Ks, 7 hits, 6 earned. He falls to 3-8. And the Giants were up 6-0 at one point in this game off of 2 home runs, a triple, and 2 singles. And then the bottom of the 8th, the Diamondbacks hit an RBI single, an RBI double, or 2 RBI double, and they grounded out, brought in 4 runs. But they were just short. Ketel Marte, the only player in this game with 2 hits.
Toronto beat New York. Always good to see New York lose. 9-3. 3 runs scored in the final 2 innings by the Mets to even make this look halfway decent. Along the way, big blow, Miles Straw comes off the bench to hit a 3-run home run in this game in the 7th inning to kind of break it open for Toronto. And they pitched well. 3 pitchers combined for the 9 innings and gave up just the 5 hits. Patrick Corbin gave up the 3 runs late, but he got a save out of it to go with it. Freddie Peralta, do you think Milwaukee knew something letting him go in a trade to New York? He's 5-7 with a 5 ERA. Anyway, Toronto 9, New York 3.
And my number 1 game of the night, Brewers over the Reds 4-2. This game was tied at 2 going into the bottom of the 8th. Garrett Mitchell had a lot of triples yesterday. He had an RBI triple. And then the Brewers scored on another wild pitch. Garrett Mitchell was 4 for 4 in this game. 5 Reds pitchers combined for 4 Ks, 8 hits, 4 earned, and 7 walks. Ellie De La Cruz, he had 2 hits. Tyler Stevenson had 2 hits. And this was kind of surprising. The Brewers as a team, they did only strike out 4 times. So that's
a low number
very
in
low
today's game. And finally, on the north side of Chicago, the Cubs and the Padres, my 2 old teams, it wasn't even a match. 2 early touchdown passes by Caleb Williams put the Cubs in front. They hold the Padres to a field goal. The Cubs 23, the Padres 3. Good grief, Dansby Swanson. Can you be any hotter right now? This guy's driven in 26 runs, I believe, in the last 10 days.
Really?
I think so, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was in the 10, I don't know if 10 games or 10 days, something like that. He was 3 for 5 yesterday. 3 dingers, 8 RBIs in the game. There were also 2 home runs by Michael Conforto. Home run by Bush, a home run by Pete Crow Armstrong, his 19th. Crazy numbers out there. 23-3, the Cubs hammer the Pods.
Yeah, it was that series against the Mets a week and a half ago where he had 15 RBIs in 3 games.
It's like 26 in the last 10 games. Crazy. All right. 1 hour in the books. Like I mentioned, tomorrow will be a best of. So if you got to get your calls in, you better do it in this next hour. James and I return after this timeout.
This is The Herd.
You got to be consistent.
With Colin Cowherd.
Mike, check. People forget that Michael Jordan, first 3 series in the NBA playoffs, lost all of them. Wemby is 22. He just faced a smart, veteran, well-coached, physical Knicks team. Shocking. It didn't go particularly well.
This is The Herd.
Weekdays at 11 a.m. right here on KGSO and on the SC Wichita app.
Across Kansas, new equipment is ready now at Lang Diesel Incorporated. From Massey Ferguson tractors built for straightforward, dependable performance to Fendt machines engineered for next-level efficiency, it's all here. With 10 locations, Lang Diesel makes it easy to get the equipment, parts, and support you need fast. Visit Lang Diesel Incorporated today. Find your nearest location at ldi.us. Lang Diesel, your Kansas Fendt dealer for over 35 years.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013, 800-444-2013, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
Hey, Phil Stevenson here, and when I need to get in the zone to watch the big game, I head over to Dino's Grill and Tap Works at 21st and Webb Road in Cambridge Market. It's the place to watch all the big games. With TVs everywhere, a great selection of ice-cold beer on tap, and the best happy hour in town from 3 to 6 daily, and all day Mondays and Thursdays. That's half-price wells, martinis, and the perfect margaritas. And oh man, the food is awesome with something for everyone, from great apps and salads to ribs and steaks to homemade pizza. Check out a game at Dino's at 21st and Webb.
Market information from the Mid-America Egg Network. I'm James Garrett. Moving through a Thursday over in the corn market. September corn up 3 cents at $4.25 3/4. Kansas City wheat for September up 6 1/2 at $6.41 1/2. In the bean market, August beans up 3 3/4 at $11.37 even. Soybean meal for August up 50 cents at $3.0580, and soybean oil for August up 23 cents at $66.92. In the cotton market, December cotton down 24 cents at $77.60. In the energies, crude oil for August down 94 cents at $67.64. Unleaded gas for August down 7 cents to $2.87. Heating oil for August down a nickel to $3.16, and natural gas for August down a nickel as well at $3.16. And over in the stock market, the stocks gain as weak jobs report eases Fed rate hike expectations. The Dow Jones is currently up 405 points at 52,710. The S&P 500 up 16 points at 7,500, and the Nasdaq down 48 points at 25,991. Market information from the Mid-America Egg Network.
A reset to the season has not been great for the Wichita Wind Surge. They've only managed to get one win so far in the second half after losing again last night to the Tulsa Drillers 10-3. The Surge will play Tulsa through the July 4th weekend at Equity Bank Park, with the next game being tonight at 7:05. Former University of Kansas baseball coach Rich Price is one of 7 people to be inducted into the American Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame as a member of the 2027 class. Price was the head coach at KU for 20 seasons from 2003 to 2022. That's sports. I'm Doug Downs. Sports Report brought to you by Burwell Construction. Decks, pergolas, patio covers, roofing, siding, windows, guttering, and more. 316-794-3430. Or online at burwellconstruction.com.
This is Wichita's sports station, K230PY, 93.9 FM, 1410 AM, and 99.7 HD3. KGSO, Belle Plaine, Wichita.
Tracy Lawrence for the U.S. Air Force.
We all have tough choices we have to make. Life just works that way. I remember when I was getting ready to move to Nashville to pursue my dream, I packed my 10-year-old Toyota Corolla with 250,000 miles on it and hit the road. It was a tough choice, but the right one for me. If I decided to take what seemed like an easier road, I never would have achieved my dream. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Broadcasting live from the KGSO studios in West Wichita.
You just tap in and leave it on.
This is In the Zone on Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Get in the zone, on KGSO.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of this Thursday edition of In the Zone, the 2nd of July. I'm Phil. That's James sitting to my right. Good morning again, James.
Morning, Phil.
All right. I figure since we don't have a show tomorrow, I probably should do the standings rundown real quick from the Diamond Highlight Zone. Only real reason I'm doing this, the Royals, who are 11 games out of first place right now, behind the White Sox, A week ago, 1 week ago, the Yankees led the Rays by 3.5 games. 1 week ago. Today, the Rays lead the Yankees by 3.5 games. Win 7, lose 7. That's how quickly you could turn around fortunes in Major League Baseball if you could find a way to get hot. Fire your manager. Put somebody else in place. Put a spark in that team somehow. Because this guy is a dull. He's a dullard. He never gets excited about anything. But once in a while, you got to do something to spark your team. You got to get thrown out of a game. You got to do something. He just sits over there.
I mean, he's getting those paychecks, Phil.
Sitting on his paychecks. That's exactly what he's doing. All right. Tampa Bay leads the Yankees by 3.5. Toronto by 11. Baltimore 12.5 back. Red Sox are 14. In the Central, White Sox have a 1-game lead over the Guardian Indians. Twins are 4.5 back. Detroit 8 back. The Royals 11 back. And the worst record in the American League. Texas and Seattle, both 1 game above 500, are tied atop the West. Houston's 2 back. Your A's are 3 back. The Angels 8 back in that division. Best record in the American League belongs to the Tampa Bay Rays. I still want to call them the Devil Rays sometimes. In the National League East, the Phillies just keep creeping closer to the Braves. There's Sasha Bushka, everybody. He's hanging outside the studio or staring at us like we're a couple of animals, James. The Braves lead the Phillies now by just 2.5 games. Wasn't this just double digits like 3 weeks ago? Or like 9 games, maybe?
Yeah, it was.
They've made up 4
that.
games in the last 10 days. The Phillies have. Braves struggling. Phillies 2.5 back. Miami 5.5 back. Washington 7 back. All 4 of those teams above 500. And then you have the Mets, who are only 2 games better than the woeful Colorado Rockies, with the second highest payroll in baseball, 15.5 back. Milwaukee with the second best record now in the National League leads the Cubs by 5.5 games. St. Louis 8.5 back. Pittsburgh, with their 2 losses to Philadelphia, now falls below 500. They are 11.5 back. Cincinnati 14.5 back. Out west, it's the Dodgers and nobody else. The Padres 12 back. The Diamondbacks 12.5 back. San Francisco 19.5 games out. Rockies' worst record in baseball, 22 games out of first place at the halfway point of the season. Ouch. That's about the extent of that on the standings. Still have Otto Lopez leading Major League Baseball in hitting at a .332 clip. Kyle Schwarber, 30 home runs, leads in that department. Nick Kurtz of your A's leads in RBIs at 64. Otto Lopez, Miami, leads in hits. And Nasim Nunez, 32 stolen bases to lead in that department. Pitching-wise, Aaron Ashby of Milwaukee picked up his 12th win yesterday. That 4-2 victory over the Reds. He's got 12. ERA leaders, Jacob Mizorowski of Milwaukee with a 1.45. Nobody else is below 2. Saves, Cade Smith of Cleveland, 26. Strikeouts is Mizorowski with 146. And quality starts goes to Christopher Sanchez of Philadelphia with 13. Those are standings and stats in Major League Baseball going into the extended weekend. 522-1410 is the phone number. James?
When is All-Star Weekend?
It's coming up.
It says Friday, July 10th. So
yeah, I was going to say.
next week.
Yeah, next week. Are they doing it on a weekend now? Usually the All-Star Game's on a Tuesday.
It says, Friday, that's when it starts, the weekend. And then, Tuesday will be the All-Star Game.
Is everybody off through the weekend?
Well, I would assume so.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, they give them a 3-day off.
They usually give them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and then start back up on Friday.
I'm talking about just the weekend. Just the festivities is the 10th through the 14th.
Okay. But games are being played, if I'm not mistaken. Well, now I've got a mess in front of me here. How about that? Let's go out. I need to go out to...
So the 10th they do, the 11th they do, the 12th they do.
And the 13th is nothing.
13th, 14th, 5th. Oh, no. Wait,
13th, 14th, 15th, and the 16th is when they come back to play. One game. New York at Philadelphia. Because that's where the All-Star game is.
On Thursday.
Yeah, on Thursday the 16th. So the All-Star break starts really, truly on Monday. But All-Star weekend festivities start the weekend prior to that. Okay. I'm going to see the Phillies on Sunday. I'll at least see the Phillies. I don't know if the Royals will show up or not. I have no idea. They might just bring the Omaha Storm Chasers down and have them play.
If you want to go to an Angels game on Friday, Phil, you can go for $9.
Yeah? I can get free tickets. I have a old teammate who throws BP for the Los Angeles Angels.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to decide if you're going to go to the Padres series?
With the Royals?
Mm-hmm.
When is that?
That'll be that weekend, the 17th, the week after All-Star break.
No, we still have games. So I can't go. Unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately. I'm not sure which at this point in time. All right. I'm going to shift gears on you, James.
Okay.
Rare to happen here in this in the zone program. But there was a pretty blockbuster trade that took place yesterday again in the NBA.
That's right.
The Celtics, the one team that I kind of keep up with, trade Jaylen Brown to Philadelphia, to the 76ers. You got fleeced on this one, Brad Stevens. I'm sorry. You took an aging veteran in Paul George who's making way too much money.
On a max contract.
Yeah, making way too much money. And has proven to never be able to win a championship. You get 2 first-round picks in 2028 and 2031. The guy in 2031 is still in high school that you're going to pick. You don't even have a clue who that might be. And you get 2 second-round picks. That's not enough for Jaylen Brown. Because you're taking on a huge contract of Paul George.
Jaylen Brown was getting paid a good amount, too.
Yeah, but he's a better player than Paul George.
I'll agree on that, yeah.
Much better player. Now,
but
maybe not 5 years ago.
Right.
But now, and the guy can't even play a complete season.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a head scratcher. But when a player has been public and he's disgruntled and he's not happy, sometimes you got to do things.
No, I know, I understand.
That may not favor your club, but you just know that the important thing is you got to get him out of there. That I think was on the priority list for them, but it was almost like it was rushed because they could have gotten something else better.
Well, I think they were holding out for 4 first-round picks.
I read 5.
Okay.
But they could have traded for any one of those other starters besides Embiid, and I think people would have been okay with it. Like if it was Tyrese Maxey that had came over instead, I think people would have been we can get behind this. But for the guy who's 35, 36 years old, hasn't really looked like himself really in probably the last 4 years, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me unless Boston is planning on doing something else, which at this point I don't know what it would be.
I don't know. George is 36, and now Brown joins Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and a Sixers team that knocked the Celtics out of the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they won their finals last year when they beat the Celtics.
Well, yeah, they didn't show up to play the Knicks. But I don't know. That trade seems awfully odd to me.
You know, congrats, Embiid. You might finally be able to make a conference finals now for the first time in your career.
Maybe.
Oh, the East is going to be pretty different this year.
Yeah. No doubt about that.
I mean, not to toot my own horn, but you got to at least expect Miami to be up there in the mix now.
I would think so. They were in the, what's it called, the play-in round?
Or play-in
tournament or whatever it is.
5 years.
Okay. The Sixers won 45 games last year. How much does that number go up with Jaylen Brown?
That'll probably go to 50.
Okay. Celtics won 56 games last year, but that was over half the season without their star, whose name escapes me at the moment. Tatum, yeah. Jason Tatum. They still won 56 games. Did they go up or down?
That's tough to tell because nobody was really expecting them to win that many games without Tatum last year.
Right.
You'd almost think that what they did without Tatum would almost bring up Brown's value because he was able to still lead the team and still be successful in that aspect. I thought that would have actually brought his value up, right? Teams would have been willing to give them more for that because they see, oh, well, they didn't have their other superstar out there, and this guy's still himself. Like, there wasn't really much of a drop-off from the team aspect. And so I just thought that, you know, the reason that they were going to move off of Brown was because of that. Because it was like, okay, you've shown the league you can do this without your superstar next to you.
Yeah.
So let's see who bites. And they didn't get a big enough bite. Got a half a bite.
The Celtics also signed Knicks free agent center Mitchell Robinson to a 3-year, $47.4 million deal. That seems fairly okay.
Yeah, that's not too much for him.
Not too much
he's
for
not,
that guy.
He's not an offensive machine, but he will be the guy that is that defensive presence. Something that I think Boston has needed. They need a big center. They haven't really had one. They've had guys, but not guys that you fear.
Right.
I think if you give Tatum a big man that he can work well off of, who knows? Because Mitchell Robinson's good 5 feet in. Just when he gets to the free throw line and outside of the paint, that's when you let him shoot, right?
All right.
But lobs are fine. Anything down in the paint will be fine for Tatum. I think it could work potentially.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. Because, like I mentioned, Jason Tatum's the star. Paul George comes in. Who knows? If he's healthy enough, he can be a 15 to 20 point a game guy.
Who?
Paul George.
Oh, okay.
They drafted Chris Senack Jr. out of Houston, who is kind of a tweener. He's kind of at 6'11", he could play inside. I don't know if he's physical enough to play inside in the NBA yet at age 19, but he could shoot the three. And at 6'11", that opens up space on the floor. And we all know the Celtics like to shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt about that.
They love having stretch fours. That's been a part of them for a while now.
I would agree. They also signed Mike Conley as a free agent. I think on the NBA minimum.
I did see that.
Yeah.
He's now the 14th player to play in 20 seasons. I can't believe it's been 20 for him.
Good for him. I'm kind of looking around to see what else the Celtics got here, but it's a lot of no names, I do believe. Derek White has turned into a pretty good player, a much better scorer than originally thought he would be. So I don't know. This will be interesting when this all comes to fruition, because we all know how young the Detroit Pistons were, and you got to believe they're going to be as good or better.
They got to go out and get a veteran.
They do. They need a veteran presence on that team. I agree.
And so do the Spurs. I think the Spurs need one of those guys too. Because Fox isn't it. He proved it. You cannot rely on that guy in another playoff series. You need another veteran out there.
Here's the other part that I kind of noticed. In the West, you're going to have not one, but at least two, maybe three guys to deal with Wemby throughout the season in the West. Now, Oklahoma City added a guy when they drafted the Michigan center a day. The Lakers won 53 games last year. They're losing LeBron. I don't know if they have anybody that can match up with that. Denver doesn't. The Joker can't deal with that guy. Does anybody else?
Well, Denver's apparently, they were reported in on this whole saga.
Elaborate.
To bring LeBron in.
Yeah. But it's not happening?
Well, we don't know.
Still don't know?
We don't know.
You think he ends up at Golden State? To go to Cleveland?
That would be the worst possible thing for his career if he went to Golden State. But it kind of just depends on whether or not how much he really cares about his image.
If you care about your image, don't you go back to Cleveland?
That would make sense, but not with James Harden there. That doesn't do you anything.
Yeah, that didn't make sense, does it?
He doesn't want to play with James.
No. Toronto also made a trade to get Kawhi Leonard. That is another deal that seems to make no sense to me. Other than the fact that he's going home to where he won a championship.
They paid more, or they gave up more for a 35-year-old version than they did when he was 27, which I think is kind of odd. But we all knew back then it was a one-year rental. We knew that going into the season that he wasn't going to stay there past that 1 year. But it is odd, though, that 8 years later, a couple injuries, a soft scandal surrounding him, that they would give up more. So my belief is that they're going to give him an extension, Toronto, and he might just end up retiring there. Kawhi didn't want to be in the spotlight. Going to L.A. didn't really make sense for me anyway. He doesn't talk to people, keeps to himself.
He's an under-the-rock
He's kind of
guy.
boring, right? But a great basketball player, but he's just not that kind of a guy that is going to be the outspoken leader of your team. If you're good, he'll play well with you, but if he's doing something you're not right, he's not going to necessarily tell you, right? He's just going to not look your way.
Okay. The worst team in basketball, the Washington Wizards. Which, by the way, that I never liked the name change. I know why they did it, but I always remember them as the Baltimore Bullets. And then they became the Washington Bullets. Now they're the Wizards. With your boy, A.J. Debonsa, they can't be the worst team in basketball again, can they? Him alone's got to be worth 10 victories. Wouldn't you think? No?
No, I wouldn't put him up that high.
They got Anthony Davis, who they're paying $54 million a year.
We know that Debonsa and Peterson were 1 and 2 in this draft. But I don't even think that they were on the same wavelength as even Cooper Flagg was coming out of college.
Right.
I mean, because if one of those guys was far beyond the other, then we would have seen that. We would have realized that. There was never a question for Cooper Flagg whether or not he was going to go to 2 or not. Now, I don't know if that's because the number 2 pick in that draft is not up there with Peterson and DeBonsta, but I don't quite get the same feeling from those two guys as I did with Cooper Flagg. And maybe that's because of the exposure that Flagg got compared to the other two guys, where, of course, Duke, you're going to get all the publicity that you can.
Right. Kansas,
you still will, obviously. BYU, they're not ever nationally recognized like that. So I don't know. I mean, they're not going to go worse. I don't think they're going to win less games, especially with now how the NBA has gone with this tanking thing, where if you're the first to third worst teams, you're actually not getting the best odds. So I think this will change the bottom third of the league a little bit more. But maybe we will start to see more teams bunched up towards the bottom. Like, it won't be a 17, then a 21, then a 25, right? It'll be 20, 22, 24. It'll be a lot closer because teams are realizing that, hey, we probably should win a couple more games so we can get a better chance at a pick.
I don't know. Anthony Davis aging, making max money at $54 million. You got Trae Young, who's sometimes been known to be a ball hog, making $46 million. There's only one other guy on this team making double digits in millions, and I've never heard of him. Alex Sarr.
Oh, he's a center.
Okay. That's it. It's a very low-paid bunch who does not win many games. We'll see how this shakes out. I'm sure AJ's probably wondering, wow, why couldn't I have been the second pick? At this point, I don't know. Anyway, all right, 522-1410 is the phone number. Anything you want to touch on before you step away, James?
Nothing comes to mind.
Nothing?
Well, I know the Heat just signed Tim Hardaway Jr., which not a big deal, but his dad's number is retired by the Heat.
Yeah.
And his dad said, I'm not giving you my number. So I thought that was pretty funny. Because Hardaway Jr. has been wearing number 10 pretty much everywhere he's gone.
Right.
But now he's on the Heat, and Senior's like, no, you don't get my number.
Is that where we need the wait, I got it. Hang on. I think I got it. There we go. I'm a little slow with it, but it's there now. Okay. That's funny, though. I do like that. Wasn't he with Golden State?
He's kind of been a journeyman. He's played for a lot of teams throughout his career. 5 different teams. He's mostly known for Dallas.
Okay.
He was on the Knicks for 4 years. So,
speaking of Dallas, back-to-back years, didn't they have the number 1 pick?
You talking about WNBA?
No.
No, the Mavericks never had back-to-back.
Well,
number 1 picks.
Didn't they have, they got Cooper Flagg. Didn't they have a very top pick the year before?
In 24?
Yeah, in 24. I swear they did.
They did not in 24. That's when Alex Sarr
No,
was
25. Would have been 25 because no, that would have been Cooper Flagg. I'm not well, James. I don't know why I was thinking they had 2 top round draft picks in back-to-back years for some reason. But
no, they didn't have a first rounder in 24.
Yeah.
In 23, they had the 10th pick, and they took Case and Wallace. You're thinking of the Spurs.
Okay.
The Spurs had top 3 picks in back-to-back years.
That's right. That's what it was. Okay. They picked who? Case of Wallace? No,
Okay.
you said the
yeah, with the 10th pick.
Yeah.
The Mavericks.
He's not there anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Where'd he go?
He's in Oklahoma City.
Well, they trade him?
Phil, I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not Woj or Shams, all right?
Come on. You got to help me. You got to help me with my NBA
You're asking me about a
knowledge.
guy that's averaging 8 points a game, Phil. Who cares?
Loser. All right. Good point. I shouldn't unplug you. Help. 316-522-1410. Help me from myself when In the Zone returns.
This portion of In the Zone is brought to you by Kansas One Call. Call Kansas One Call at 811-BEFORE-YOU-DIG.
Get in the zone. Get in the zone. On KGSO.
Want to hear more of KGSO? Don't forget to download our app today. Fill out weekly surveys. Register to win great prizes. Listen live. Message our shows and so much more. Plus, get reminders of special programming and games you don't want to miss. Just find SC Wichita in your app store and make KGSO your new favorite app. It's Wichita's Sports Talk, right on your phone. Download the SC Wichita app today with Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
America is turning 250, and we're celebrating all month long at Midwest Kia. Join us for our Stars, Stripes, and Savings sales event, where we're honoring America's 250th birthday with incredible savings throughout July. Celebrate extra savings on every new Kia that's built right here in America, including the award-winning Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, hybrid models, and the electrified EV6 and EV9 models. And no birthday party is complete without a present. This July, purchase any new or pre-owned vehicle and get a $250 gas gift card. It's our way of helping you enjoy the summer road ahead. Plus, every new Kia comes with that unbeatable 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. And don't forget about our summer sticker sales event. Get $750 off select new Kias. Visit MidwestKia.com. And remember,
We want to see ya in a Midwest Kia.
see dealer for details. Warranties a limited powertrain warranty.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. Trade every match from the opening rounds all the way to the final. Last week, Argentina was trading at 15% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade could pay out $637 if they win soccer's biggest prize. Want to know what they're trading at today? Check Kalshi. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PITCH to get a $10 credit when you trade $10. That's promo code PITCH. Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Must be present in state where it's legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prizes, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. $10 free credit with no expiration. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
It's time for you to crave a taco with a touch of tradition. Taco Pronto is family owned and has been operating for nearly 55 years. Taco Pronto makes all their food in-house from scratch using the freshest ingredients at prices that you can't beat. So come on in and take advantage today at Taco Pronto's daily specials to spice up your lunch, or grab a 12-pack of corn tacos for $11.99 for a quick dinner. Taco Pronto, 8385 West 21st Street North, and taste the difference for yourself and order online at TacoProntoWichita.com.
Wichita's sports leader, KGSO, is brought to you by Devon Jaimes. Devon Jaimes Injury Lawyers. Call 888-8888.
That's 888-8888.
Celebrating America's 250th birthday. Happy Independence Day from Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Welcome back. You're in the zone. And if you're going to get down tonight, you might as well do it with a little Taco Tico.
Taco Tico, Taco Tico, it's all about the taste.
The 10-pack of tacos for $10.99 or 3 wonton tacos for $4.99. Right now, those are the specials at Taco Tico. Get your favorite sauce, mild, hot, green, chili, or the Reaper. 2 locations in Wichita, 13th and North Tyler, 35th and North Rock Road. Also, Arc City, Newton, El Dorado, Derby, and Augusta. Or you can order online, tacotico.us. 10-pack of tacos, $10.99. 3 wonton tacos for $4.99. Only at
Taco Tico, Taco Tico, it's all about the taste.
That is correct. Let's go to the phone lines and say, uh-oh, there's nobody there. I don't know what happened. I don't have a clue. Oh, it lit up again. Let's try it again. Welcome. You're in the zone.
What's going on, Phil? It's Jay out here.
Hello, Jay.
How's it going?
It's going, man. That's all I can tell you right now.
I was thinking the intro music was fitting. You know, I think a lot of Americans are getting down tonight after that U.S. win and the World Cup last night.
Yeah, I didn't get to see any of it, unfortunately. I planned to watch the entire thing, but had a little car issue that kept me from being in front of a television. So
I nearly forgot until James reminded me when he said he was watching it. I was like, oh my God, I forgot. But you know, I tuned in and we were up 1-0, and then shortly after we scored another goal and went up 2. Or I said 1-0 originally. We went up 2-0 after that second goal, and pretty good win.
Yes, it was. And now they get the Belgian waffles on July 6th. That's the next opponent in Seattle. It's a 7 o'clock. I'll miss that one too, as I will be at the ballpark. So.
Well, it seems like these European teams are getting worked a little bit, but we'll see how America does. This is the furthest we've ever made it before, so hopefully they can make it just a stretch further.
Well, maybe the world is catching up with the Europeans. That's a good possibility.
Maybe. And I think too, it'd be a good opportunity to inspire young American soccer players. Like, hey, I can go to the World Cup one day too. I can be competitive in that.
Well, I believe that's what happened in the women's side, that you saw a team that emerged, and I think it inspired a lot of younger players athletes to get into soccer, and maybe you'll see that on the men's side now as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as much as I love football and basketball and baseball, not every kid is cut out for that kind of physical contact sport. And so, soccer is a good way to just, get that out. You're just pretty much running and kicking. You run into people every now and then, but it's not quite as physical as, football or basketball.
Oh, absolutely not. But, yeah, yesterday's game, according to James, was a little more physical than it should have been. And it ended up costing us a red card and now a good player for round 2 in the round of 16. So hopefully we can rebound and find a guy that will provide a different type of spark to the USA team.
Yeah, hopefully so.
So, all right. Hey, Jay, appreciate the call, sir.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one.
Have a great day. All right, there goes Jay. 522-1410 is the phone number. As I speak, the phone line lights up again. Welcome. You're in the zone.
I made it, Phil. I'm here to help.
There you are.
The usual time, but I've got the ring busy signal.
Oh, that's what we got when I hit the button, too.
And
So
I thought that Casey and the Sunshine Band was my walk-up music.
Well,
but
it was. You're right, it was.
I got pulled for a pinch hit.
Now we'll just have to settle for this. How about that? Does that work?
That's the end of the zone, or the Phil on the Grill sound effect, everyone, for Season 2, Episode 17.
Right. You are correct. So there we go. We've got a little sizzle going in the background. What do you got for me today, Dave?
Phil, we're taking you out of that confusing maze of NBA contracts and getting you back on the lush green grass of the Major League Baseball.
Okay.
Where you're very at home. So as long as we've known each other, and that's coming up on 16 months, we've groused about the Royals outfielders, how they've gone from maybe one to less than one, and you need three out there.
Yeah, you kind of do.
It's like they were having an audition for fourth outfielder, and they had some good fourth outfielder candidates, but unfortunately they were playing the top three positions. So let's review the no-hit parade. We had Hunter Renfroe, Kevin Biggio, Mark Canha, Garrett Hampson, and none of these guys really did the job for the Royals as even part-time good outfielders. So I thought, it didn't really occur to me till I saw the Tigers playing the Yankees on Tuesday night. The Yankees' three outfielders were all Mendoza line candidates. And I figure if there's any outfielders out there, the Yankees would have bought two or three by now to get them over till Aaron Judge gets back,
right,
if that ever happens. So, Phil, there's just a shortage of good outfielders. And if James was doing a crop report on this, I think it would have to come in as failing. There's just very, very few good outfielders out there, and they're supposed to be offensive positions, and they're just not coming up. And it's not like we're not scouring the globe for baseball talent. So where are the outfielders, Phil? What's happened?
I don't know. That is a good question. I'm looking at you brought up the Yankees. So I'm looking at the Yankees. Left fielder Cody Bellinger's hitting 254. Judge, when he got hurt, was hitting 248. This is a guy that led the American League in hitting last year, or was close at the top, I mean. Center fielder Trent Grisham is hitting 232. So, yeah, the Yankees outfielders aren't exactly putting it together. Neither is second baseman Jazz Chisholm, although he thinks he is at hitting 225 because he's got 12 home runs. I just have never liked that guy as a player. But, yeah, you're right. If you look at Major League Baseball and you look at the stats, and I mean, I'm just going to look at batting average right now. Position player-wise, Brandon Marsh has come from out of nowhere to be the leading hitter for Philadelphia with a 319 average. And then two other guys I've never heard of. Young Hoo Lee of San Francisco's hitting 319, and Troy Johnson of Colorado hitting 313.
Altitude aided.
Yeah, I mean, probably. And there's a whopping 9 guys in Major League Baseball hitting above 300. 9. And outfielders are few and far between right now in batting average. Maybe more so in home runs, but not in batting average. I don't know. I just, the change in philosophy of how to approach this higher velocity pitcher, to me, doesn't work. Yeah, you got more home runs. You also have a plethora of more strikeouts. And that's not good. Maybe that entertains the millennial, or the Gen Z crowd or whatever it might be, but it doesn't entertain me. I want to see people on base. I want to see people stealing bases. I want to see guys taking an extra base in the outfield, and you just don't have a ton of those guys anymore.
And Phil, I'll go so far as to say the Royals outfield has not been even slightly below average since their 2015 World Champions, as they let Gordon play out his string,
right,
and they let Lorenzo Cain go, and that was pretty much it. In fact, I'll go so far as to say they had a better outfield on the 1969 expansion team than they do now.
And that outfield was?
Well, let's see. You had Bob Oliver. I'm not sure I wrote that down, but you had Bob Oliver, Pat Kelly, Leroy Kelly's brother to you NFL fans. And I think Ed Kirkpatrick came off he was like the utility man, hit 14 home runs to lead the team. And then there was another outfielder out there that was on par with those guys. But they were all, Pat Kelly stole bases. Bob Oliver had power. Ed Kirkpatrick led the team in home runs. And I apologize to the other fellow. But in fact, Phil, I think I don't have a good source for the Rockies, Marlins expansion era. But I would say all the other expansion teams of 1969, 1977, they all had at least as good an outfield as what the Royals have been, and other teams now as I look at it, because that Yankees thing kind of shocked me.
Yeah.
Bellinger had the night off, I'm guessing, because Tarek Skubal was on the mound, and that was a lot of fun watching him carve up the depleted Yankees.
Good point. Dave, good segment.
Thank you.
So
I predict Juan Soto makes the All-Star team this year.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. So, anyway, Dave, enjoy your extended weekend, okay?
You too.
All right. Take care. We'll see you. All right. There goes Dave. We'll get to our final break. James and I will come back and talk about our 4th of July weekends coming up next.
This portion of In the Zone is brought to you by Kansas One Call. Call Kansas One Call at 811 before you dig.
Get in the zone, on KGSO.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
What I had hoped I saw, Towns had figured it out. He disappeared after that. Now I have years worth of footage versus a 30-day run. My phone is ringing. The bat phone, the commissioner phone is ringing. I'm hello? Because if I'm getting anything from Giannis, if nothing else, it's consistency.
This is The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Evenings on KGSO. And find KGSO on the SC Wichita app.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
We love to celebrate the 4th of July with friends, family, food, and fireworks. Please be safe this Independence Day weekend and don't drink and drive. From your friends at KGSO Sports Radio and Phil and Jaimes Injury Lawyers.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-707-8989. 800-707-8989.
If you're like me and have to wake up early to go to work, there's no better stop than Mr. B's Daylight Donuts in downtown Goddard. At Mr. B's Daylight Donuts, you'll find donuts made fresh every day. My personal favorite is their glazed donuts. They also have biscuits and gravy, hot coffee, juice, milk, water, whatever it is you want to wash it down. Make Mr. B's Daylight Donuts in downtown Goddard your first stop every morning. Mr. B's and Daylight Donuts, something to crow about since 1954.
20 years of sports talk, and we're still not done. This is Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
You know, well, I'm a chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Boy, this kind of settles in with the theme that we're going to finish up with today. Because I got to believe that some of you on the 4th of July are probably going to have some fried chicken and a little pecan pie. You know, maybe a cold beer or two. I think that's part of this song. And a little bit of chicken fry. That's right. And a cold beer on Friday night, Saturday night. For some of you, probably Sunday night. James, what are your plans coming up for the 4th?
Well, before we get into that, I told you something off air, and I think it needs to be mentioned.
Okay.
But Max Preps had come out with their top 25 small town baseball rankings.
Right.
And, Mulvane is right up there at number 1.
That's
in the
pretty
entire
impressive.
Nation.
Yep.
Finished with a 28-1 record.
Won a state championship.
The first one in 40 years. So this is not just a repeat, which I think is good. But yeah, 28-1. Congrats. You guys are the best. I don't know what's considered a small town for Max Preps. I'm sure there's a number that they have in mind for enrollment or city population.
Yeah, probably enrollment or city size, yeah.
But yeah, they took the number 1 spot in all of the land.
Okay.
So congrats to those guys.
Yeah, Mulvane. Way to go, fellas.
And you were saying that they have 2 D1 guys.
I think so, yeah. I think it was 2 D1, maybe another JUCO or 2 guy on that team, that high school team. And I think a couple of them play for the team we're playing tonight, the Phenoms.
Oh, nice.
So
you'll have fun.
Yeah, let's just... I told our guys we have 11 league games left. To have a chance to make the NBC, we got to win at least 10 of them.
Oh.
Yeah. And with right now with 7 pitchers. That's going to be interesting. Okay.
But plans.
We're going to plan.
I don't think I'm going to be buying any fireworks.
No?
I think I'm not in that market currently.
Okay. The last couple of 3 years, we've gone out to my daughter's house and... Well, at least 2 of the last 3 years. And blown up things. Some pretty good aerial fireworks. Not doing that this year because we're going to be in Kansas City. And the neighborhood, I believe, we're going to visit on the 4th. Puts on a pretty good show as well. It's in the Missouri side, so Missouri allows all that stuff. Do you do anything special if you're not shooting fireworks? Are you going to go down and watch the show downtown? Maybe? On the river?
Nah. I mean, I'm sure I'll get enough fireworks in my area. 'Cause
your neighborhood?
Really, over the last week or so, it's been picking up.
I haven't heard a lot here recently.
We have one of those dang neighbors that just they don't light the aerials. It's just the loud ones that just make a boom sound, but there's no firework to it. It's just like a loud noise.
It's just a big
and
kaboom.
it's getting to the point where it's unnecessary. They've been doing it for like 5 days now, and my neighbor blamed me because I walked out the same time as he did after this noise. He goes, "Was that you?" I'm like, "It's not me. I'm out here looking for the same thing you are, donkey."
We're thinking of planes crashing out here. Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome. You're in the zone.
Good morning, Phil and James.
Good morning.
Jeff, hey, I just wanted to call and wish everybody happy and stay safe. And Phil, I was wondering, your Cannons play what times this weekend? I'd love to try and make a game.
We have a game Friday night at our place in Augusta at 7 o'clock, and then again on Monday. We don't play on Saturday or Sunday.
But Monday night you have a game?
Friday night and Monday night, both 7 o'clock in Augusta.
All right. I'm going to try and make one.
Okay. Well, come say hello if you do.
I definitely will. You guys have a great Fourth.
Great. Thank you.
well.
Appreciate it. You as well. All right. 522-1410.
Yeah, we don't need any Jason Pierre-Paul incidents.
No. I don't think I'll be lighting any fireworks this weekend. Being gone. So, usually if I'm driving back from somewhere, like tonight I'll be driving back from Rose Hill, I'm sure I'll see a few fireworks displays along the way with that. Do you have anything like food-wise you like to do, or do you?
You got to have a burger. I think that's a necessity.
Do you grill it out, or do you go get one?
I mean, preferably grill it yourself.
Okay.
But I don't have a grill.
Oh, well then you're going to have to go get one.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well,
no, we still have a bunch of ground beef left over from Greg.
There you go.
Good ground beef.
Yeah, you can make some. Do you mix anything with your ground beef besides spices or seasonings or anything? Do you put cheese, or some people will put jalapenos or onions or different things like that in a burger?
I'm not going to go out and get all those fixings for one day, but if they're there, then sure, I'll put them out there.
Okay. What about side items?
So you got to remember, I'm a single guy. I got nobody else to feed. I'm not going to go out and buy all the condiments for one day. Because what am I going to do with it the rest of the time? I'm not going to use it.
You eat leftovers.
It's going to go bad.
Eat leftovers.
It's going to go bad, Phil. When's the last time you just had to worry about yourself? 35?
Every day.
Years? No, like only yourself.
Me?
Only you.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I can remember
40
back
years?
that far. It's been 37 years.
When you got married?
Since I lived by myself.
Oh.
So.
I'm not saying everyone needs to do that, but that's just my scenario right now.
Well, I have never. There was a 5-year stretch where I was not involved with baseball on the 4th of July.
Right,
In
because you were always
some
in season.
capacity, either playing, coaching,
or watching.
Well, from 2001 to 2005, I was not coaching or playing during that time. And we had nice fireworks shows in our neighborhood where I was living. But the other times, I was always involved with baseball in some capacity.
But they would always have fireworks.
Yeah,
at
once
the
we
game.
moved to Dodge, we, of course, being the college season, you have the 4th of July off, but I was involved with summer baseball, some as well. So we would have the Liberal to play when I was running the Dodge City A's. And they always had a big fireworks show with that. Final thoughts, James, on this 2nd of July.
Well, couldn't quite get the over yesterday. I think Spain's going to come out hungry. They're going to remind everybody, we're still here. We're still a top 3 team in the world. Give me Spain by 2.
Okay. There you have it. No show tomorrow. It'll be a best of for In the Zone. The Herd's next. Valvis Shugot's at 2. And our Press Box Boys at 4 o'clock. For James, I'm Phil. Have a great, safe 250th celebration, Wichita. See ya!
This is Stu Gatz and Company live.
The audience wants this.
You're listening to Stu Gatz and Company live.
When you look at the Giannis Antetokounmpo sweepstakes,